So I want to make something clear before we go into this video head first, because oh boy, this is a really interesting topic. This is something I haven't covered. This is all stuff that I haven't covered before, and I think it's going to be really interesting because some of this stuff we've already seen within the game. However, some of this we have not seen in the game. We've only been hinted towards it. I recently came across Rodrigo Vega's official art station. I'll leave a link down in the description of this video for you guys to check it out. But here's where it gets interesting, because this art station has a section that is dedicated entirely to the Isle. The only downside is that this stuff was created back around 2016, I think late 2016, something like that. So some of it could be outdated, some of it could be current with the game, as there is proof with the Cannibal and also the Hypo Rex. So we do know that some of this is canon, if not maybe all of it is, and we just don't know it yet, because they also reference mercenaries. I see water. I could use some water. Oh, and I see a parasaur. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Let me just turn my UI back on. There goes our stamina. That's all right. We don't need stam anyways. I don't even know if at our size we could take on a parasaur. And unfortunately, we don't have access to the dev thingy anymore, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. So let's take a moment and look at the environments, but let me tease you with something real quick to keep your attention. Something to do with the Cannibal and possible mutations towards the Cannibal from what I can see in this image. Now, I've got your attention on something juicy, but first, I want to kill that parasaur. So now that that battle is over, I want to move into these environments first that were created for the Isle on 14/04/2016. We have the low tier wilderness, which looks more like a barren wilderness. Kind of looks like snow, actually. The mid tier wilderness, which is a rainforest, more or less, kind of foresty and stuff. It's also very water painty. Like, this is very early conceptual stuff, obviously. Then the high tier, which is a foggy forest. That's what I'm gonna say that is. So you obviously move in through the different tiers of forest, which I remember Dondi speaking about this stuff I think as early as 4-ish to 5-ish months ago, something like that. So the idea behind it was they wanted to have different forests that had different meanings and different zones. So you would spawn in like one zone as a baby, and the dinosaurs themselves, as they grow, would have to progress through these I guess, zones to get to the ideal zone that they'd want to be in. And like the food that they would hunt or eat would be in these different zones. So as like a trike grew, a baby would be perfectly fine in like the low tier wilderness, for instance. And then it would move to the mid tier as it grew because new foods were here that it needed and it needed to migrate. And then the high tier would be there too. And that's where it would have to end up. And that's where you would see all the apexes too. And this avoided having like a Rex and a starter zone. So the Rex wouldn't be eating all the babies all the time. Every now and again, one could wander out and, you know, have some fun with very limited food. And that's just how that would work. I don't know if that plan is still in place or not. It could be completely different, but the concepts here kind of point towards that kind of gameplay. But we haven't known of these settlements and stuff for a while. Like we haven't heard of them for a while. So it could be in the air as far as I'm concerned. Now, there's also a plant right here, a hydraulic plant, and like it points towards humans at some point having been on the island and having some kind of, I guess, say with the architecture of the land, if that makes sense. Everything that points in this art right here kind of points towards the general idea, the grand scale of what they wanted within the Isle. Human settlements, human facilities, different zones for dinosaurs, so on and so forth. So it seems as though that idea hasn't really strayed the path too much. And then we get a much better look at a human settlement right here. And there's some weird things too, because we have the Isle and then the island, obviously. There's triangles right here and they all cordon off this one area. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but we can see right here that there is dead core, half area, max area, and then these gauges right here, the highland, which would be, I guess, this zone right here, and then the wilderness, which is just all around right here, and then settlements, so advanced facilities would be the white ones, I assume, inside the middle of these triangles. The medium base would be this red one, which I assume is this right here, that little speck right there. And then this obviously is for the base camps that are all around the island based on where the survivors would be. Again, if this is still tangible or not, I'm not sure, but the concept is there for very overgrown, destroyed facilities. And we have seen examples of this again in dev streams. So it is looking towards, I guess, this as being a concept that would be more legible than anything else right now. Now let's take a moment off of this art station to look at a new update that recently came into the Isle as well. We now have a water system where I think you can drown. I don't really want to test it with this guy because I don't feel like losing my Acrocanthosaurus, but I did notice that swimming 1 seems to be a little bit faster, and it drains your stamina now to swim. Swimming is faster, but you do lose stamina as you, well, do the do. And I've noticed when your stamina is completely depleted, a blue bar will appear. That blue bar represents your oxygen. Now, it's very early in development, so it does not look refined. It looks very crude and, well, all that stuff. But you'll see in just a second. You'll see in just a second. And bam, there's the bar. That bar is going down because now we are effectively drowning. Now, I don't know if this means we're going to take damage when this thing goes down all the way. I'll test it just for you guys, and hopefully I don't insta-die. But it should do a percentage of damage, I'm assuming 10%, for every maybe couple of seconds until I drown. Otherwise, it's probably going to insta-kill me. And I just don't want that. You do seem like you're a lot faster. I like that. I think Spino players are going to like it a lot more. Now, let's see if I insta-die or not. Am I going to start dying? Wait for it. Yes, you start taking damage. Yes, it kills you really fast. Okay, so there is drowning. So that's how that works then. Your stamina runs out, and then you basically drown to death, which is kinda, yeah, kinda cool. I like it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the acro battle that I showed you guys as well. Let's continue on with the concepts Rodrigo made for the Forestman, Scout, and Sentinel. Now, let's move into another topic, which was humans, mercenaries, tribals, whatever. Now, these obviously have gone through some incredibly important iterations, so I have my doubts that this information is legible anymore. However, you see this guy right here. I did read, and I think someone confirmed a while ago, that dinosaur taming and or riding may be a possibility. Now, if they continue with this model for the Forestman, who has a bow, which is now, I believe, the tribal, who will use the bow and all that stuff, they would start out with, I think, little bit of accuracy, +5 accuracy, and the ability to track. The text is really small for me, so I'm having a bit of a hard time seeing it. Level 2 is movement speeds increased, 10 accuracy, tracking, and improved healing. Okay, so that's what that is. And then obviously level 3, when you have your dinosaur, would be melee damage is improved, 10 movement speed, accuracy. You can disarm. Bunch of different stuff, basically. You turn into Chris Pratt. That's what the ultimate... That's what happens to you. You turn into Chris Pratt, basically. Now, this is for the Rangers, but Rangers aren't a thing anymore, I don't think. And then Scavengers, obviously, which would take more of a tribal position, I believe. They'd have their stuff there, basically. And then they would have this stuff right here for the Poachers. Now, this stuff right here, I'm pretty sure is outdated, but this concept of a person with a raptor of some sort, looks like a Utahraptor or something. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a raptor. I don't know what kind of raptor. Yeah, Utahraptor, because you can see the hooks. Okay, it's just a very smooth Utahraptor. It's no lines at all. But anyways, you get the idea. This was a general concept. I think we can scrap this. Now, this was the hypo concept. This was the strain. This is the strain that we all know and love. Why it has the red eye to this day, I do not know. I also feel like the teeth on this guy are more menacing than the current Hyporexes. I don't know. It seems a little bit different, but anyways, moving on. You can see the Hyporex in full detailed glory standing over a body of some sort. I can only assume that's a pew that it decided to destroy and eat. And you have two mercenaries right here kind of looking at it like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? And well, you can see no rounds from this gun are gonna pierce that armor. It just doesn't work out. Not even a vein here, I would say, could get pierced by this freaking gun. It's just heavily armored. But we know the Hyporex made it into the game. We know that right off the bat. And then we even have the specimen profile up right here, which looks a little bit different. And I'm looking at it on this compared to what we usually see on the Isle. But we'll chalk it up to artistic inspiration. One of the last things is the adult and juvenile feathered Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, I don't know how current this is and if they're even going to continue with this design of it. I do know they want a feathered Rex to some degree. And they've been working on a feathering system. They wanted to do something with feathers, and, well, they're probably going to do something with feathers, because I know they're working on a custom system that's going to make feathers look really, really good. I love how this Rex looks. I like this more than the current Tyrannosaurus Rex. I like this Rex a lot more. I want to know what you guys think, though. Do you guys like a feathered Rex more, or would you rather see the normal Rex? And by the way, just going hand in hand with the vote, where we can have any creature we want put into the game, so long as it's canon with the storyline from Tapwing or, well, something we all massively vote on. Is this something you would vote for? And if so, well, maybe you've already voted for it. If you already voted for it, let me know in the comment section below. But is this something you would vote for in general? Obviously, they've changed how the Rex looks significantly in recent designs, since this is 2016, so this would be completely redesigned too, I'd imagine. Oh my god, look at all these galleys. Holy crap. They're running a marathon, my god. I'm so sorry, but we need to take a break for a second from the news to just admire the fact that there's so many baby killers in this one field. Holy crap. That's nuts. Look at them all just oh my god, they're gonna strip that tree in seconds. Oh, the poor bushes. Look at this. They're molesting it. Ah, this is the one time I wish someone would bite. Oh man, look at them all. Oh my god. There's so many of them. Let me turn off nameplates so you guys can really see them. Look at this. Holy crap. They populated like rabbits. Jesus Christ. Stop jumping up at me, dude. Get out of here. There's a pew there now, too. Please swing your tail. Accidentally click. I need you to. Just accidentally click. That's all you need to do, dude. You'd make the biggest mosh pit of bodies ever. Oh, my God. That's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. Look at how big the acro gets compared to when you spawn in. Wow. I didn't realize there was such a size difference. There's such a discrepancy. Oh my god, they're like little fleas. You guys are making it really tempting for me to bite. I hope you know that. Like, I really want to bite right now. God, I can't do it. I'll totally get banned if I do it. I'll ruin the event. Oh, God, please don't. Oh, there's too many of them. There's so many of them. Oh, you poor guys. If you only knew, like, people are going to see this video that we're in this event, and they're going to think I'm such a dick because I wanted to bite everyone. Oh, man. Anyways, that's a lot of galleys, but let's get back on to some of the main points of the video. We're going to move into the Cannibal, and it's going to get interesting really fast for you guys. Here's the meat and potatoes. I'm sure all of you were wondering about this. This is listed as the Cannibal Mutant Design Evolution. Cannibal Evolution. Now, keep in mind, again, 2016 could have changed, okay? Just to be clear. But we do have the current Cannibal in its full form right here. This is the Cannibal we have in the game currently. It's not playable or anything because the devs have it to work on it. But this is what we've been seeing a ton. Now, here's the weird thing that kind of got me. And this guy has a chainsaw and a gun. I just noticed that. This, it's weird. It's either that level 1 right here is a orc-looking creature, or it's a tribal that has some kind of mutation, or in this case, evolution. Something evolves from what they wanted to do back in 2016 into this Cannibal. So I'm not sure how that works out. I'm really not, but we can see level 1 and then the evolution to level 2 and then the evolution to level 3. And level 3, he's wearing something, I think. This is some kind of like fur armor, or maybe he's wearing like a dinosaur carcass or something. I can't really make that out. It's really rough. And this one right here, obviously, he's wearing a mask of a skull. So probably like a human skull, for instance, he might be wearing, or something for armor. But still, it's kind of interesting because we move over to this, and this does, in essence, look like a cannibal that's being evolved. It looks like it's going through its evolutional stage. And I'm saying that because you can see the eyes are kind of becoming sunken into the skull a little bit. They look like they're misaligned. They look like they're kind of sinking into its face, as a matter of fact. Yeah, you can see the ears themselves are taking the shape, as you can see right here, where they join more with this section of the skull and they go up right here. And then you can see the big telling sign, the Cannibal's nostrils, and then this guy's. His nose is completely flattened out almost, and it's melting into his face. You can see that right off the bat. So if I were to take a guess, at some point in the storyline in 2016, if they continued on with it, they would have this guy start morphing or evolving into the Cannibal that we have right now. But we don't know how we get the Cannibal right now. That's the thing. We don't know the storyline to becoming the Cannibal. From what we understand, there may be something to do with a sacrificial altar and something happening through that. But if it's through genetic means, and the means that we believe that the Hypo-Neuroentisso have come to be what they are today, along with Tapwing's inspiration in the back, showing, you know, the evolutionary stage, it would be my guess that this guy right here would morph into this right here through evolution. How long? I don't know. But it also means the evolutionary standard may not be there at all because of the sacrifice and something maybe happening or something like that. I do remember they said something about an evolution stage too, and mentioning some evolution, like you would have an evolution animation. I believe they mentioned that in a stream, so that was confirmed. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'm taken back by a little bit. I don't know how to feel about it, but I don't know. You guys are gonna have to fill in the blanks and let me know what you think in the comment section. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you think about everything you have seen in this video. It was a lot of information to digest, a lot of information to really take into account and think about. I'm not sure how much of this is going to go canon within the Isle or if it's been changed entirely or not. There's a chance it's been entirely changed, but there's also a chance that it's still all canon and they haven't gotten around to making the content, basically. It's up for your own opinion, I guess. You need to know, you need to think yourself, basically, and decide what you think is still going and what's not going. But that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like for more. And I'll see you in the next video.